Evening all. If you're watching this, then Lynn, you've got this working, so well done. Very impressive. Despite my father's affinity for a whiskey in the evenings, I think it's more apt to compare him to a good bottle of wine, something that is much more appreciated and gets better with age. Anybody who's known my dad for any reasonable length of time can't help but be amazed by him. He's an absolute model of consistency. Granted, there have been certain changes as a result of technological changes, the fact that he's moved to a different country, but the truth is, for the most part, his routine today differs very little from what I remember as a kid. One amazing standout quality that my father possesses, and which can probably be appreciated mostly by myself and Lynn, is his deep, ingrained care and love for his family. He's always been motivated by what's best for the individual, and it's something that I've appreciated and understood more and more throughout the years. I've never thought of my dad as old, and I still do not. When I think of him as a 90-year-old, it seems somewhat incongruent. 90 is old, but he isn't. It seems a real contradiction. But the truth is, there is one time when I am aware and I'm willing to accept his age, and that's when I contemplate my dad's value system. To me, my dad represents a whole bunch of virtuous values that are lacking from my generation and almost completely absent from the new generation. Integrity and honesty. He means what he says. He's as straight as an arrow, and he's 100%, always 100% honest in both his personal relationships and any business dealings. Consideration for others. Now, he's always gone to great lengths to ensure that those people around him are not inconvenienced in any manner. Having lived in Israel for the last few years, that's a quality which I appreciate how rare it is. Reliability. Almost beyond description. In the days when I was dependent on my dad for lifts, I remember clearly that if he would be 2 minutes late, I could be absolutely convinced and certain that something terrible had occurred. The thing is, it never happened. He was never late. With my dad, if you need something done and he's undertaken to do it by a certain time, come that time, you can be 100% certain that it's been done, without any need for confirmation. Now that is a rare quality in today's times. Thoroughness. Now, not only do things get done on time, but they get done properly. On occasion, I've observed some of his dealings with bureaucracy, and I've witnessed the gasps of amazement when he presents the required paperwork for a certain application or process in such an organized manner that the person receiving it wouldn't even imagine possible. And how, despite their often fondness of giving applicants a difficult time, they come to a quick realization that this guy just hasn't left them any openings. Humility. Despite having ample means, he's never been flashy. He's never felt any need to live a certain lifestyle just to prove his success to those people around him. Prudence. So contrary to today's common practice of buying the biggest house and fanciest car that one can get hold of. He's always shunned debt and always lived well within his means. Now, beyond these core virtuous values, which he's lived by and attempted to instill in his children over the years to the best of his ability, anybody who knows my dad and has dealings with him cannot fail to be impressed by his mind, by outstanding mind. I can say quite honestly, he's the sharpest 90-year-old I've ever met. I mean, how many people his age do you know who are actively weighing up the pros and cons of moving from a Visual Basic 6 to a VB.NET coding environment. He's also so level-headed. With the possible exception of watching Western Province playing rugby, he never gets caught up in the moment. It's a quality that's enabled him to be a solid source of support to the entire family over the years. Dad, Lynn and I love and respect you dearly. You're adored by your grandchildren. You've been a wonderful father and grandfather and a tremendous role model. Accept your limitations as you move into the 90s and take good care of yourself. I'm sorry that I, Haley, and the kids aren't with you tonight, but we wish you a very, very happy birthday, and please God, hope to share many more Simcas with you in the future. Good night.